And the 11 Howlers, the Wizard here in Gardiner, Montana, with some of my colleagues and friends. We're getting a bite to eat. Some of my colleagues and I ran a little bit late, so we were not able to catch the first part of the event.
Gardiner, Montana.
We'll catch tomorrow's event. Keep a howling. Awooza!
But no matter what I do, I'll not do it wrong. I know I'm going to go to what we call the happy hunting ground. Cypress Hills in southeast Alberta. We believe that's where we entered the ground and went to the happy hunting ground. That's our holy land. I stopped that Prime Minister about a year and a half ago from hurting our cousins across the border. Steve Harper. I warned him about me, but he wouldn't listen. Now he knows who I am, the Prime Minister of Canada. I hate going at people like that. But if they're going to hurt the babies, they're going to hurt the animals, they have to pay. Mr. Harper, maybe I'm getting this off my chest, was classmates with George Bush in Texas University. Maybe it was the planning that they wanted to do to the people. All of America sits on sacred Indian land, and I have the right to go bring that back. So today, this park is going to be sacred Indian land again. I'm reintroducing the spirits here. It's very powerful what's happening here. I love you guys. Anna, Isakya, Anna, Umuk, Nichitapi. I love all you good, real people. Nichitapi means real people. That ward, Nichitapi, who I am, is 42,000 years old. We got to reteach even the tribes in this area. We got to even reteach who we are. You're very, very special human beings today. And this town is feeling you. What's going to go out from this area from now on is goodness. No greed. No me, me, me. It's going to be for the children. After Tester, my buddy Tester, my friend for 17 years, gets done with the Senate, what is he going to do? He's going to say, oh, I should have listened to my ex-best friend, Jimmy Sankador. I will continue to do this till I close my casket. Mr. Tester is going to grow into an old man on his farm, wondering why he didn't listen to me. But that's just the way it's going to be. He made it that way. For doing that sneaky rider against my brother and my protector, the wolf. In 2004, 2005, Jimmy, get the tribes, get the Indian people of Blackfeet country, Montana, to vote for me. I'll do everything I can. I felt like telling him, will you grow long hair for us? So I did. Then he does this sneaky thing. Kicked over the chalice on my altar. They want to be leaders of this country. But you don't give in that quick. I thought he was opposite of Conrad Burns. Conrad Burns is in Scobie, Wyoming, telling them stories about me. Because he tried to take my course in 1998, and I told him, Conrad, don't do that. Join me. But now he's in a nursing home in Scobie, talking about me. Not me. About Creator, what Creator wants us to do. The power we have. But I better get to praying here before. But Creator's the one that tells me need to get. Hurry up in Blackfeet. But I'm going to go ahead and pray. And my brother here, my new brother, my wolf brother here, is going to hold the mic for me. Neil Haberstick. That was to wake up the Iniwa and the Magui. They're listening to us. They're real near here. They helped me with the weather yesterday morning. I went out at 6:45. Our people are still weather changers. I'm bringing that back. Everything I'm bringing back is going to help this country become what it should have been. You know, and I pray for those Masons that developed this country. One of the main ones was George Washington. And in their plan, they have it written, you could go to Library of Congress, that they were going to do everything with science. And they put their spirituality away when they wrote everything that, from the Constitution to everything they did to develop this sacred land. My country, not theirs, mine. And they took the spiritualness out of there. And from that time, they hurt the human beings. So think about that. This is not something I made up. You could go look at which one of them. I think there was only 2 that were not Masons. But that was good. But the only thing is they took the spiritualness out of that Constitution. Sure, they gave us the right to pray. But they severed, in 1774, they severed our hearts from our minds, the people that was going to believe in that Constitution. So I wanted to mention that before I pray. Because the people I come from, nobody in the universe had the power to sever the laws from the spiritualness. That's who I am. I'm one of the most dangerous men on earth because I believe in Apostatuki, God. How could I be dangerous? Because I'm going to make you smile, I'm going to make you love each other. I know who I am. There isn't a government, there isn't a person on earth. But I'll listen to him. And I'll help him if he helps me. It's very, very powerful what's happening up here on the stage. I don't like being above you. I'm not in church, so I can't stand above you. But this is the way Brett wanted it. I'm not better than anybody. That newborn that's being born down in Wyoming, I hope he replaces Dick Cheney. I know that man, you guys. I know that man. So I'm getting some stuff off my chest before I pray. If you guys want to see pure evil that lives like a normal person, go visit Dick Cheney. I mean, he gets up in the morning, cooks his breakfast just like us, kisses his wife. He goes through the day. Well, he's not one of us.
That's for sure.
You know, I'm surprised that I'm able to study these things. I don't know if he's a human being anymore. But I'm going to go ahead and pray. Because you deserve, you need an extra 110%. You've been given 110%. I know you have. The love you have for these animals, for these creations. I don't like calling them animals. But you've been given them 110%. And I want you to give another 110%. So 220% from this day forward, from all of us. There's so many good people out there, and I don't want to start naming them. But I'm going to go ahead and pray. I'm going to pray for this town, because it's built on money. But that's the way we do it. But I hope they take all this money they make here on my sacred land and give some back to the holy people. And before I speak, I have to mention one more guy. He's still my best friend, Brian Schweitzer. He might be the next president of the United States. He lost my friendship till he did a 90-day moratorium on my sacred everything in Iwa, the buffalo. He got my support back by doing that. Stopped everything. Mike Neese was just dancing in his lodge all by himself. He got us back by doing that. He thought about us. Those ranchers and farmers, they were a little upset, but he's a smart man. These are my personal friends. And before I get to talking, I'm going to tell you what happened during his first inauguration in Helena in 2005. But I'm going to go ahead and talk to Creator. I don't pray no more, I talk to him. His praying's cliche. And I just thank my wife here first for being here with us. Gukuhu, Night Owl, to my little boy, Iniwa. That's his legal name, Ancient Buffalo, Iniwa. And he's got uncles here that were with us in Billings when he was born 2 years ago. His middle name is Spoofy. So he's Ancient Buffalo Turtle. The turtle's coming back too. It's already here. But I'm going to go ahead and pray for everyone. And I don't want anybody to hear me in the town thinking that this is not for you. This is for everybody. Maybe within a 100-mile radius. That's the power of prayer. It goes around the earth in 1 millisecond and comes back. You have to believe that. You have to believe we're going to touch the people that don't understand what you're doing here. So I'm going to go ahead and talk to Apostatuki. You guys call him God. We call him Apostatuki. That ward is 42,000 years old. 40,000 years older than the ward, Jesus Christ. And I know him too. His name is Sapatapia. He came to visit us, Blackfeet, 3,000 years ago. But I better pray because I want my wife to sit back down. Hand me that. Oh, Christ. Okay. Before I pray, there's this. I don't know if you guys know Daniel Inouye, one of the most famous people of this sacred land. Daniel Inouye, the senator from Hawaii, called me his little brother. I gave this medicine staff to him to oversee us Indians again. And he gave it back. His wife gave it back after he passed away. But this is very holy. And my brother, he got the foundation for it, the birch stick. He's going to be singing for you guys today. It's amazing how Creator brings us all back together. But I want you to know that when I'm talking to Creator right now, that it's for you. He wants you to connect your heart back to your mind. Because those Masons, they severed it. And I'll tell you, it's one of the most darn feelings I've ever felt in my life. I'm so happy. I could go up in the mountains and live there the rest of my life. But that wolf and that buffalo and that grizzly bear, they need me. They need somebody to speak for them. You know, if the buffalo and the wolf could speak, people would fall over dead. That's how powerful they are. So I'm going to go ahead and talk to Creator. I know Daniel Inouye, Eloise Cabal, and all my thousands and thousands of holy people are listening to me. There's graves all along here. This is where we used to bury them, way up top there. Way up top. Ninastaku. We're right in the middle of Ninastaku, the sacred holy mountains, head mountains. Ninastaku. If Creator sleeps, it's where he sleeps. He sleeps in the mountains. We don't know if he rests or her. I don't know if it's a him or a her. Creator, God, Apostatuki. But Creator's giving me a chance to speak to people who love what they do. And I love what I do. And once in a while I get to eat a bologna sandwich. That's all I need. But I'm going to go ahead and pray. Then I'm going to tell you the connection between Iniwa and Magui. Hi Apostatuki. Hi Apostatuki. Hi Apostatuki. Spumukina. Spumukina. Hi Sabatapia. Spumukina. Hi Sabatapia. Spumukina. Hi Natusi. 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 Spumukina. Hi Iniwa. Spumukina. Hi Magui. Spumukina. Hayo ukkayo spumukina. Hayo ukki spumukina. Hayo ni chita pichi ni spumukina. Hayo spumukina. Hayo spumukina. Apostatuki spumukina isakya. Hayo apostatuki spumukina ni chita pi. Hayo ni aninna. 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 Hi Apostatuki, Spumukina, Aninna, 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 Spumukina. Hayo Apostatuki, Spumukina, Spumukina, Hayo Spumukina. Creator, we just thank you for being here with our friends, our people. They are protecting the wolf now, Creator. I ask that you come into their bodies You come into their minds, you come into their DNA, you come into their hearts, you go into their families that are not here, everybody that these people are connected to here on Mother Earth. We ask that you enter us today. Come to us, Creator. I know you have that power. I know you have it. I ask you to bless us with everything you have before we are taken by you. Creator, we just ask this, that from time on till we go meet you, that people understand what's coming out of these people's hearts, in their minds, that this will continue. This country, Creator, I ask that you influence these people, the people out there that's working already that are not here, Creator. We ask that they come, their hearts be touched by this voice, by the voice that you give me, the voice that you give the Iniwa and the Magui. We ask that this move forward, be touched by those little pups that are in those dens today. Creator, spumukina, anina, nitsitapi. I want to tell you guys real quick. Two of my brothers released a wolf in 1995 with Bruce Babbitt. They were two holy people. They were protecting sacred areas when I was 10 years old. I was raised with them. They taught me and I taught them. They were Floyd, Tiny Man Heavy Runner Jr., and Curly Bear Wagner. Personal friends with our ex-leader, Bruce Babbitt. Bruce Babbitt had it in his heart, and he's going to wake up. He's going to join us again pretty soon here. He's going to come. He's going to start talking. He's going to talk to that guy in the White House. Last year I told Creator, come over here. Leave that Middle East alone a little bit. Come over here and join us. There's enough killing over there to go through all the world. Let that be for a day and join us. I'm very bold with that guy upstairs. But he hasn't taken me yet. Someday he will. But he's not going to take me till my boy is 49 years old, the one sitting here. I got 47 years to help you. 47 years to help this country, the sacred Indian land. I got 47 years. Yesterday, I want to talk real quick, or the other night, I seen something on the video. I seen a sacred offering that we haven't seen for thousands of years. That buffalo herd kicking out that elk calf and giving it to the wolves. That was a sacred offering. That is an omen for people to understand just how connected the Iniwa and the Magui are. About 1,000 years ago, I would say, the wolves always circled the Iniwa, the Magui. And when it was time, Creator would tell Iniwa, go, those wolves are hungry. So out of those giant herds, you'd see maybe 100 or 200 Iniwa walk out into the wolf packs and lay down and offer himself. That's how beautiful it was. That's how easy it was. And I love telling this story because I'm going to ask these two gentlemen to come up here and hold my treaty. This treaty here is 1855. In my hand here is the December 2010 Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People that Obama signed. For 50 years, my two brothers tried to get this signed. But my sister Eloise was there during the signing. I was in Denver, Colorado. This treaty here was signed in 1855. This was signed in 2010. This document, if you want to use it, I'm going to give that right to you today. You don't have to be a Blackfeet. You don't have to be a Lakota. You don't have to be Indian to use these documents, and I'm doing that today. Let my crazy tribal leaders throw me in jail. But this has to be redone. This document here, United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People, brought this 1855 treaty back to life. I brought it to the Montana legislators and it scared the dickens out of them. That gives me my park back. Glacier Park, already owned that one. They didn't want to go to court with me. 2004. They said, Jimmy, we can't go to court, but we'll let you manage that park. I have the documents that they're still leasing my Glacier Park. They don't like me. Because all the schooling they went to, all the education, everything they've built their lives on, they get to be superintendent of these areas. Then this stupid Indian comes along and tells them, hey, that's still mine. They don't like that. Because they're smarter than me. Well, if they're smarter than me, why did I kick the government for $3.4 billion on the Cabell case? Why did we get Alabama to sign this? Why did that come back to life? Why did my ancestors come back and tell me, you get off your bun 28 years ago and do what you're supposed to do? I ask for a lot because you're capable. You're more capable than you even realize. Those are just people that were marked on a ballot and they counted them up and said, okay, you're the leader. They're more afraid of anything now than I've ever seen in the history of this sacred land. What are they afraid of? You know, I want to mention two guys. And I'm not politicking up here. It's Danes and Walsh. Walsh is already branded. But Danes, he's running around out there, you guys. And if we want to put our brand on him, we could. We don't know what he's capable of. But in his office in D.C., he has an Iniwa vertebrae that is 3,000 years old. It sits in his office in D.C. I go visit these guys. I want to know what they're about. Tester's already branded too. I don't speak politics. These are human beings. Politics is out of the picture when I pick up this staff. Daniel Inouye made sure that. You go jump in the lake, Jimmy, you start being a politician. But there's holiness around here. These Iniwa and these Magui have been tied together for thousands and thousands and thousands. I like that word, thousands. It makes me feel important when I say 1,000. This English language is really simple. It came from a bunch of grunts. Bunch of races, they put this together, this language, and I mastered it. My language came directly from him 42,000 years ago. Our language, the language I call Himapastatuki, came from there. And soon, Harvard University will catch up with me. Anything in this universe that could beat this thing called love, Ana, 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 umok, ana. We're here to do a job. And I'd like to mention somebody. There's a guy that is going to take one of our wolf killers out. His name is A.J. Berkehoff from Idaho. And I'm praying for him because he's leaning towards us 80%. But Otter, he wants to kill the whole works in Idaho. He wants to kill every wolf. And he's the leader of that state. He's a grown man, educated, and he wants to kill every wolf. And I'm challenging those indigenous, those tribes to stand up to him. You know why the tribes don't stand up? They're worried about their money. The government, they don't like Jimmy Sankador because what him and Eloise Cabell did. I was the leader of that, spiritual leader of that situation for 17 years. And I didn't even know why I was part of that. But I just...